Hey, greetings gamers, Agent SN, and welcome to my next top 10. So, the Nintendo Switch. It's a console that's been out for almost 5 years now. In fact, in March, it's going to be celebrating its 5-year anniversary. And last year, I actually made a top 10 Switch games. However, that video was really terrible, and that was before my current recording technology. And that video, well, it's really outdated now because more games have came out and stuff. So today I'm going to be remaking that video, and I'm actually going to be doing this yearly. So every fall, basically every Q4 of a year, expect a top 10 Switch games remake since more games come out for the console. Anyway, though, I'm Agent S, as always. And let's get into number 10. Let's go! Oh, and also before we start off with the list, I just want to say that I'm excluding any ports, remakes, or remasters. None of that will be on this list, and also no multi-platform games. Those are excluded. So let's go! Number 10. Alright, so starting off the list, we have a really polarizing game. Yes, Pokemon Sword and Shield. Now, Pokemon Sword and Shield is very ambitious, and it definitely delivered. I mean, the game is not perfect or anything, as there of course is the limited Pokedex and stuff, but other than that, I think the game was pretty good. And while the newer Pokemon aren't as memorable, they're still pretty good Pokemon, and the gameplay is really great overall. And the Galar region, it's definitely one of my favorite Pokemon regions, to be honest. And now it's of the 3 3D Pokemon games, not counting the remakes, I think this is the best one out of X and Y, Sun and Moon, and Sword and Shield. So yeah, Sword and Shield is a pretty good game. It gets a bad rap for its limited Pokedex and stuff, but other than that, the gameplay is pretty good. The wild area is just really nice. The raid battles are pretty fun, and the amount of customization options for trainer is really nice, not gonna lie. And this game also had DLC. And with the DLC, there's even more, and they made it a bit open world with the DLC. And Legends Arceus is going to continue that feature when that game comes out in January, which I will be definitely getting it, and I already pre-ordered Legends Arceus. But yeah, Sword and Shield's a pretty good game, and has some nice characters to it, some nice Pokemon, and the gameplay's pretty good. And while the story isn't the best, of course, still pretty good. But Pokemon games don't have a heavy story anyway. But yeah. The gameplay really shines for me in this game. This is one of the Pokemon games that looks the best and plays the best. And yeah, let's get on to number 9. Alright, so next up we have Luigi Mansion 3. Now, I've talked about this game before, but Luigi Mansion 3 was a really great game, to be honest, and definitely the best Luigi's Mansion game. And yeah, I think this game by far has the best story and the best gameplay, and this game definitely has the best world out of 3. The first Luigi's Mansion just had one mansion. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, or Luigi's Mansion 2 if you live outside North America. But Dark Moon, or Luigi's Mansion 2, that puts you in multiple mansions. However, due to the 3DS limitations, they had to cut it up into missions. So yeah, but Luigi's Mansion 3 went back to the style of the first game, where it was more non-linear and not mission-based. And this time it put you in one big hotel. Yes, a haunted hotel. Even though it's Luigi's Mansion, the game put you in a haunted hotel. That was really nice, to be honest. And the ghost you can capture in this is actually pretty cool. And Luigi's pretty fun to play as. So yeah, Luigi's Mansion 3, definitely check it out. Let's move on to number 8. Ah yes, Splatoon 2. So we all know that Nintendo doesn't really make shooter games that much. So now Nintendo isn't really into that concept. However, Nintendo experimented with it, but in a really different way, but a very unique way too, and in a great way with Splatoon. Splatoon was a game that I played the heck out of on the Wii U back in the day. A couple months after I got my Wii U, I got Splatoon. I played it all the time back then. That was some good times. And when Splatoon 2 got announced, I was like, what? They're doing our Splatoon? Yes, I was really hyped. I loved Splatoon 1, so I decided to check out 2. So yeah, I got this game day 1, played it, and I was not disappointed at all. Splatoon 2 delivered the goods and so many good stuff. Both the multiplayer and the campaign outshined the first game a ton, and had this really new cool PvE mode called the Salmon Run, which is where you hunt down these salmon things, and that was really nice. And the gameplay here with the multiplayer was really nice, and the new Clan Blitz mode that they added in was really cool. And then we get to the campaign. The campaign had of course, really a new story and stuff, and it was pretty nice to see it focus on Kelly Marie. And then, about a year later, we got DLC to add even more lore and story to the game. And the Octo expansion was really cool, as you got to play as an Octoling. And Splatoon 3 is coming out for the Switch in 2022, so... And I'll be definitely picking that up easily. Definitely. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is a much newer game that actually just came out earlier this month. Alright, so next up is a game that just came out about 2 weeks ago, and it's a game that I just made 2 videos on. So yeah, Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread was an absolutely amazing game, and Metroid Dread definitely is everything I wanted from a 2D Metroid game. It's a very hard game, and in my playthrough so far, I've gotten stuck a lot on the bosses. But Metroid Dread was a really great game that definitely expanded on the 2D Metroid concepts and brought it in a modern way. And in the long way, it was definitely worth it, as this game absolutely delivered and was everything we needed for a 2D Metroid. And this is the perfect way for Nintendo to tie us over until Metroid Prime 4, as 2D Metroid is absolutely amazing. And yeah, this game just did it for me. It was really amazing, and definitely one of my favorite games of this year. This game is definitely a must-play if you are a Switch owner and a fan of Metroid. Do not sleep on this game. Let's move on to number 6. Ah yes, Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game that needs no introduction. You guys all have heard praise about this game somewhere, but Smash Ultimate really is a masterpiece and my favorite fighting game of all time. Smash Bros. Ultimate is everything we needed from a Smash Bros. Game. Sakurai was really burnt out after making this game, but what he did really paid off. This game has such a great impact on all Switch owners and on all Smash Bros. Players in a perfect way, as Sakurai wanted to pay a tribute to Satoru Iwata after he died, and before he died, one of the last things he requested was a new Smash Bros. Game for Switch. So he decided to make it the biggest and best one yet by having everyone who has ever been in a Smash Bros. Game before at least once, whether they've been in the original, Melee, Brawl, or Smash 4, they're in Ultimate, which is absolutely amazing. While it is sad that they're missing at about 20 stages, this selection is really cool, and the World of Light mode, while Subspace Emissaries from Brawl is better, world life is still pretty good, and everything about this game is just really, really great. If you don't have this game, but you own a Switch, you're living under a rock, go buy it after you go watch this video. But yeah, Smash Ultimate, play it, amazing game. Let's move on to number 5. Alright, next up is a game that lets you actually make it yourself. Yes, Super Mario Maker 2. Super Mario Maker 1 on the Wii U was a good game that definitely finally let people build the levels that they've always wanted to do. But Super Mario Maker 2 took that, but to the extra level. This game is the perfect mix of level making and 2D Mario. And this was the perfect game to do that. And definitely the best level building game ever. And Mario Master 101, I know you're really happy right now. And hope you agree with this. But yeah, seriously, Super Mario Maker 2 did some really cool stuff, and even had the story mode where Mario has to rebuild Peach's castle, and you get to and that's really cool. And when you make a level, you get to share it to the internet and have other people try it. And it's really cool, to be honest. And there's a lot of great levels out there. And this game even has course worlds and stuff, which is really, really cool to have multiple levels like in a big Super Mario World inspired world. And this game added the new 3D world theme, which is really, really great. So yeah, definitely play Mario Maker 2 if you have a Switch. Let's move on to number 4. Aha! Next up, we have Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario Odyssey is a game that you've heard praised for a lot. This game was the biggest and most ambitious 2D, 3D Mario yet. And this game also brought it to a sandbox, non-linear, and kinda open world experience, which I really like. And all the worlds are really amazing, and they have some really nice themes to them, as they have the Cascade Kingdom, where you get to ride on a big dinosaur, or I guess become a big dinosaur, and they have the Cap Kingdom they start off with, and you get to go to the freaking moon. Not only that, but there's also a big GTA-looking city that you can go to, which is really nice, called New Donk City, and it's inspired by New Donk City. I mean, New York City. And yeah, New Donk City is by far the best area of the game. The Metro Kingdom is really nice, and everything there is really cool. And there's also the Sand Kingdom, which was like a Mexican desert place. And yeah, this game did so much, and the new capturing feature that Mario can do is really, really cool. So, yeah, Odyssey is a must-play if you have a Switch, and I hope we eventually get Odyssey 2. Last year when I made my top 10 Switch games, I was really under a rock. Why? Because I missed out on what is the best strategy RPG I've ever played, and that is Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is a game that really surpassed all my expectations. Although I was 2 years late to this game, considering that I only played it this year, this game really blew me away, and its new Persona-like school system was really, really cool, and I like how they had a house system kind of like Harry Potter. And the gameplay and story was what really grabbed it for me, and this game is jam-packed with content and in so many good ways, and some people even like to play through this game multiple times to get through all 4 routes that this game has. And yeah, this game is a must-play if you're into strategy RPGs. And even if you want to get into them but never did, this is the perfect game to get into them. As before I went into this game, I wasn't a fan of strategy RPGs that much, but when I played this game, it changed everything. I'm officially now a Fire Emblem fan. This game is absolutely amazing, and definitely one of the best RPGs Nintendo has ever made, and the best strategy RPG I've ever played, period. Let's move on to number 2. Alright, so like I said, with Fire Emblem Three Houses, that's a game that succeeded all my expectations, and I missed out on it for a while, and I got into it this year. There's another amazing JRPG on the Switch that I also missed out on for a very long time. This game has been out since December of 2017, but I didn't get the game until after Pyra and Mithra and Smash Bros. And that is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is just seriously amazing. While the plot is pretty cliche at times, the game is, other than that, the story is really great. The characters are just really great, so memorable, with Tora, Nia, and Morag, and Zeke, Brigid, Pandoria, Pyra, and Best Girl Mithra, Rex. Yeah, all of them are just seriously amazing. The gameplay was just really great. And yeah, and all the blades you can find here are really amazing. And this game introduced a lot of Xenoblade fans. While I played the first game first in the Definitive Edition, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was just absolutely great, and it perfectly shines as one of the best games on the Switch. Monolith Soft, you nailed it, and I hope you make Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Alright, next up is a game that you saw coming. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is still my favorite game on the Nintendo Switch, and it's still in my top 5 games of all time. Yes, Breath of the Wild succeeded all my expectations and surpassed all of them. I went into this game expecting some very high expectations before it released, and when I got this game, and when I got my Switch a month later, I played the game, and I was not disappointed at all. This game was everything I ever wanted from a Zelda game. A new open world game with a very big world and everything. This game is by far one of the best modern games ever. And the gameplay here was just really great, and the story was so compelling, and probably one of my favorite stories in a video game ever. Yes, this game just did everything for me. This was just a magical experience, and I'm glad that we're getting Breath of the Wild 2 on the Switch in 2022, or at least probably. But yeah. As if this video, hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time, Agent S out.